Hello, my very dear Sagittarians. Today, as I was getting ready to do your reading, I kept seeing a map, and in various different forms. And as I checked in with Spirit, what I was being told was, this is your treasure map. And the treasure map, what's very interesting about this treasure map is that you are the one that is deciding where you land. And wherever you decide to land is where the treasure is. Now, what that looks like in terms of navigation is really interesting. Excuse me, because that's what they're talking about. Two things. I don't know if you ever did this when you were a kid in geography class. Probably not, because everything's on computer now, but we used to get these maps, and I would draw the maps and make them, and then I would color all around them, and I would gradually learn the geography by virtue of coloring, but I was really more interested in just the coloring part than I was the geography. What they're saying is, don't get distracted by too many details, by so many details that you're focusing on this specific thing and not the big picture, not the entire map. Because what's important about this is that you stay centered. What's important about this is right, so this is for the week of September 29th, but it's very possibly for an ongoing situation. It won't be for every Sagittarian, but likewise it might also be for Sagittarian sun, moon, rising, perhaps Venus, or just a lot of Sagittarian in the chart. So let's get back to the map now that I've said all that. The thing about the map and the thing about staying centered in this is, it's so fascinating, this. Okay, so normally, one of the things they talk about when you're talking about growing and growth and moving forward in your life, one of the key things is, well, you can't know how to get where you want to go unless you know where you start from. You can't plot a course on a map unless you know where you're starting from. Which of course is true, except on this map, where you're starting from is wherever you are. And that will change. So what they're saying is this: you are going to be having many starting points because you will be stopping and starting and then stopping, and then you'll move again, but you won't necessarily move from the place you stopped. You might actually shift over and move somewhere else. So it will be kind of like a shift in perception rather than a shift in location. Or if we were talking about this in terms of practical terms, it would be okay, what they're saying is it would be not necessarily, so if we're looking at this on a map, you might be heading in a similar direction, but you might change the degree to which you are heading, okay? That might be the change. That would equate with like a shift in perception that's going to determine the route you would end up taking. Is more degrees of, just degrees. So the emotional compass is the thing that is going to determine the change in degrees, and that is the thing that is going to change your process and your progress through this, and it's going to determine where you're going to move. So don't get caught up in the colors. Okay, that's specifically what they're saying. Don't get caught up in the colors. And the colors to me are emotions, the small details, the small pictures. You've got something here that showed up, and I knew it was going to, I knew it, and it was the first card that came, and it is past, present, future. So what you're being told here is the colors that you could get distracted with could be the things from the past. And what you're being asked to look at now is the map as it is now. Wherever you are on the map at any given moment, you start from there. You're not looking back. So as you've shifted, as you've changed degrees, as you've moved to one place and now you're here, and now maybe you're just changing degrees in terms of where you're going to go, don't be looking back. You're going to look at the whole map, but don't get distracted with the back. It's important that you stay centered where you are now. Now, the thing that they're also showing me, you've got really strong cards coming up. You've got fear, you've got shame, you've got pain, you've got overwhelm. I'm sorry that you're going through this, for those of you who are going through this. But you've also got forgiveness, kindness, gratitude. Okay? Those are super, super important. Why? Think about the ship. If you're the ship on this map and you're trying to navigate your way, the way that you are going to actually know where you want your ship to go, and the only way you're going to know how to shift 1 degree, 2 degrees, 20 degrees, is by being in touch with your feelings. If you're in a state of fear or a state of anger, which often is the thing that will come up as a kind of way of preventing us from going too much into fear, or will kind of pull us out of our lethargy and create momentum, is anger. So if you're caught in those, you think about that. If that's what's running your ship, it's like being caught in hurricanes or all of these cross waves. It's hard to navigate the ocean. It's hard to feel the depth of the water and the currents of the water. It's storms on the surface. You're being told, stay in touch with the deep rhythm. Stay in touch with the rhythm of your soul, with the rhythm of your higher mind. And the easiest way to do that is to remember, especially when you get into overwhelm, is that forgiveness is really important here for everybody, because for everybody involved in any current situation, but also for anybody from the past that has helped create this. One of the things that will often lead people into fear and anger is shame. And many of our wounds are childhood wounds, and many of the wounds of our parents are coming from that aberrant energy, that shame energy, that we have internalized and made about us when it's not. Okay? We are innocent creatures. And yes, in this forgiveness card, you are being reminded we are all here. We all make mistakes. It's part of the process of learning and growing. Now, it doesn't mean to say that there's not going to be anger and there's not going to be fear. But if it is, anchor your boat. Don't make choices in that place. Don't let that energy be the thing that guides your boat. Move into gratitude. Gratitude is a high frequency. It's going to ground you. Move into kindness, because kindness is also an extremely, extremely high energy. And when you can genuinely move into gratitude and kindness, it's going to allow you to move more into forgiveness. And as you do that, you anchor yourself. This is for you. Forget everybody else right now. This is for you, being able to anchor into you. Okay? This is how you navigate where you're going with whatever situation you're going with. Now, I feel like there's something else they want to really highlight here. Did I forget it, or is this new? Certainty and doubt. Okay? Thank you. So again, I love this quote. If a man will begin with certainties, he shall end in doubts. But if he will be content to begin with doubts, he shall end in certainties. So in other words, oh yes, this is what they were saying earlier. Don't worry about not knowing exactly where this is going to go. And don't worry about the fact that you're on this journey, this treasure map, and you don't know where it's taking you. No, okay, what was it? I missed it again. Tell me. This whole process for you is really going to be setting you free in a way that is going to shock you. Because it's not going to just be setting you free from the situation that you're currently dealing with, or setting you free from, excuse me, from whatever memories you are working through, whatever past you're you're learning from, you're integrating and learning from. What it's doing is, there you've got grace and you've got do it big. What it's doing is it's giving you the opportunity to really touch into your own power in a way that you haven't known before. You've been very strong characters. You've had very, very strong, you're extremely intelligent people. And you have the ability to really stick with it. And you have the ability to take care of many things. It's a wonderful part of fire signs is they can do a lot of stuff. And they can really take care of it because they really do think very, very, with great acuity. What you're doing now is you're being able to move beyond that level of operation and consideration. And this is moving you into understanding where the true nature of your power is. It's also going to allow you to move more into working with it's not just working with your intuition, it's trusting your intuition more. But it's also relaxing into it. It's going to be relaxing into it. So this is, I think, why the Grace card and the Do It Big card came up, is when you can work with leaning into the idea that there is a divine presence that is there, that is guiding you, that is helping you. It's a lot easier to stay centered, and it's a lot easier to give up the fight and move with the flow. Grace has a smooth, easy, peaceful, and supportive quality. It flows naturally into us and through us. It's an experience of letting the benevolent universe take us through our movements and guide us with a loving hand. Notice the feeling quality of this description and return to it today. Every time you're about to think about anything, or at any point in the day when you find yourself feeling stressed or thinking too much, return to Grace, okay? And do it big. Aim for 100%. Be passionate about it. This is really, so you've got gratitude, you've got kindness, you've got grace, you've got do it big. You've got forgiveness. You don't have to know where it's going. You've got grace. And you've got strength. And you've got the ability here, Sag. Oh my God. Okay, you've got the other Grace card. If this is not telling you that Spirit is here with you, grace is not earned. Grace is a state in which we receive for no apparent reason a divine influence which strengthens us in a way that eases whatever problematic or miserable state we find ourselves. Grace needs only to be accepted in order to be received. My dears, this is about you not just clearing your past. This is about you being able to have a total shift in your perception. And you know what? That's called a miracle. That is what A Course in Miracles calls a miracle, a shift in perception. And you are going to be able to do it. As hard as this is going to clear stuff for you that has been residing in you and has been affecting your choices and your decisions and your sense of who you are. This gets to change all of that. You get to know and claim yourself in a way that you never have before. And it's that lovely, bubbly part of you, all the parts, the wonderful parts of you that you don't even know are there, are getting to come up and bubble out. I want to say this is one more thing that they want me to remind you of. As much as you might feel fear in this, as much as you might feel anger in this, as much as you might feel overwhelmed and abandoned, because you got the abandoned card too, please remember that if other people are involved in this story actively now, they're also going through this at different levels, perhaps, with maybe a different consciousness, a different self-awareness. But this is the energy that I'm getting here for whoever I'm reading for. And I'm getting a sense as I see those cards, it's like they're spreading out. So this gets to be healing for everybody. You got to realize fear, shame, abandonment. These are things that we carry with us. If they're coming up now, it's because we've carried them with us. The fear, the anger, the shame, the sense of abandonment, the not knowing. Not only do we get to give that up, but we get to get rid of the control mechanisms that we've adopted in order to be able to cope with that and get on in life, right? This is your healing time, my dears. This is your healing time. And it's beautiful. So remember, the divine is with you. You are being told, lean into grace. Lean into kindness, forgiveness, gratitude. Okay? For you and for everybody else. I leave you with that, Sag. Take care.